up, never let it fall. Hear me roar like an animal. Back to the bone. Watch out, cause I'm in my zone. And I don't care what you think you got.
It's been a long time coming, but we are back. No mai harimai ki whakatu me te whakatuwhera poi tu kohu. It's opening night of the Sal's NBL, proudly presented by GJ Gardner Homes. And the Trafalgar Centre in downtown Nelson will be pumping as the Mike Perrin Nelson Giants welcome the night and day Otago Nuggets to tip off the 2022 season. Kia ora, I'm Hugh Bainan, alongside a man who knows a thing or two about opening nights in the NBL. He only played 24 seasons in our league. It is, of course, Tall Blacks and Giants legend Phil Jones. Phil, what a difference a few months makes. We didn't know what this night was going to look like, but here we are in an almost sold-out Trafalgar Centre.
Kia ora, Hugh. Yeah, it's great to be back again in the hangar, and good to see Sal's NBL back on TV. And look, excited about the prospect of the game tonight, and see what both teams bring to the court.
Always a few nerves on opening night, but don't forget this is just one of 6 games in the opening round of the Sal's NBL. Every single game is live on Sky Sport in 2022, and we can have a look at what's coming up in round 1. Tomorrow night the Sharks take on the Saints live from ILT Stadium Southland in Invercargill. That's at 7:30. 2 games on Saturday, the Rams and the Nuggets at 5:30 in Christchurch, and then the Auckland Tuatara taking on the Taranaki Airs. Tuatara in their Sounds NBL debut. That one live, free to air on Prime as well. Hawks and Bulls, Jets and Airs on Sunday as well. A packed house of NBL action on opening weekend. We'll turn our attention now, though, to the Giants and the Nuggets. And starting with the Nelson Giants, they enter the 2022 season determined to improve on the defensive end. 2 imports have arrived to help in that regard in the form of Jared West, fresh out the University of Louisville, and Trey Mourning, son of Alonzo Mourning, the NBA Hall of Famer. They'll look to settle in with the increasingly experienced local talent of the Giants, tonight missing Tom Ingham through injury. Let's hear from the Nelson Giants head coach, a Nelson man through and through. He spent half his life in this gym. It's Mike Fitchett. Coach, what a difference a few months makes. We didn't know how this season would look, and now we're staring down the barrel of a sold-out Trafalgar Centre on opening night. You must be really excited.
Yeah, how good. Nelson Public's going to come out tonight. I think we've put the sold-out sign up now, so let's hope for 8 more of those and a few W's along the way.
No imports for the Nuggets. You have your 2 imports, but they've only been here for a couple of days. How are they acclimatising to life in paradise?
Yeah, it was a long trip out for them from the East Coast, but they've Nelson's turned on the good weather for them. They've really enjoyed themselves, and just looking forward to seeing them get out on the floor.
Thanks, Coach. Best of luck. The Otago Nuggets have assembled one of the more intriguing rosters in 2022. Tonight they rely on their local talent, with all 3 of their American imports due to arrive in Aotearoa next week. Plenty of talent among that local roster tonight, however, with Slammin' Sam Timmins returning from his debut season with the Breakers in the Australian NBL, and 3x3 Tall Black Nico McCulloch making his Nuggets debut after moving south from the Jets. Optimistic and charismatic as always, let's hear from the man in charge, Coach Brent Matahari. Well, Coach, welcome to the 2022 season. Pushed back, but here we are finally. You must be excited to get going.
Oh, certainly are. I mean, obviously, it's been a long time coming. Pushed back a few weeks, and just excited to get on the floor with the fellas.
No imports for you. They arrive next week, so running with the local brigade. That's gone pretty well for you the last couple of years.
Yeah, obviously, there's a lot of talent down south, and we're exploiting that. So, it's a good opportunity for them to showcase it. And we're really excited with the group we've had. We've run in a couple of games that we've gone pretty close, and tidy up a few things, and we're on our way.
The star New Zealand signing, I guess, for you to now fit alongside Sam Timmins. Nico McCulloch, how's he fitting in?
Yeah, no, he's doing fantastic. He had a great game against the Sharks. I think he had a quiet 39. He's doing really well. Really impressed with his work ethic and his desire to be better.
Thanks a lot tonight. Thanks, Coach. Good to see a couple of smiling coaches. Long may it continue. Early on in the season, these 2 teams split the series in 2021. Neither team able to take advantage of home court. Phil, you'll remember probably with Attenja Sanders how the Nuggets spoiled the Giants' 40th birthday party last year here in this very building.
I do remember that. Yeah, they rolled into town and quite a special night here at the hangar, and then the Nuggets came in and they played a pretty good game of basketball, if I remember rightly.
We can have a look at the stats, the head-to-head stats between these 2 teams. And we mentioned how the Giants needed to work on their defense in 2022, and that really sums it up there. Rebounds, points in the paint, blocks.
Yeah, look, I think from a points in the paint perspective, obviously Sam Timmins brings a lot of big body in the paint for the Nuggets, and you know, his rebounding as well. You look at them being first in against head-to-head there, and I think for the Giants to succeed tonight, they're going to have to do a good job on him.
They certainly are. All of those 3 blocks per game, almost all Sam Timmins last year for the Nuggets as well. Good enough for 4th in the league. 2 Southern teams, and the only 2 NBL teams that you played for, Phil Jones. 23 seasons for the Giants and 1 for the Nuggets.
Yeah, it was an opportunity to head south and hang out with some friends down in a university city, and have a look around. And I had a great time down there with the Nuggets. Obviously, we didn't win too many games, I don't think, that year, but enjoyed myself, and then saw the light and headed back to Nelson.
Well, as I've already mentioned, a Nuggets team without their 3 restricted players, who we are expecting to bring a lot of firepower to their team. Todd Withers, who fans of the Australian NBL would have seen playing for the Adelaide 36ers. Taj McCall, who has been pretty hard to mess with the Cairns Taipans. And Keith Williams, coming out of the G League in America. So all 3 expected in Aotearoa next week, and they'll make a big difference to this team. For now, it's the local brigade. And never a more local brigade team than the Nelson Giants in recent years. Got a couple of Americans in town this year as well. Replacing fan favourites Hunter Hale and Dante Ingram last year for the Giants are Jared West and Trey Morning, Alonzo Morning III, who goes by Trey. Comes with a lot of expectation to that name. I'm sure he's used to that pressure being on him.
Yeah, I think obviously having a father who's played in the NBA and been an all-star in the NBA, it's pretty big shoes to fill. But from what I understand, he's quite a player himself. And Jared West, who's playing in the point guard role, I think he's going to bring in, hopefully, I think the lads will be thinking pass-first mentality, which was probably lacking a little bit last year with the imports the Giants had. It'd be good to see what both of these guys are going to offer to the Sal's NBL.
Referees tonight, Melanie O'Connor, Sam Pan and Corey Hogg. Just moments away from getting underway the Sal's NBL 2022. It has been a long wait. The season start pushed back by 3 weeks to allow for crowds and imports and Australian NBL-based Kiwis to come home. For the most part, they have a few to still filter in the next couple of weeks. Both teams looking resplendent in their New Balance gear as well. It's an exciting start to our season. As young William Jackson delivers the game ball for the first time in 2022 at the Trafalgar Centre.
Let's have a quick chat to Sam Pan before the game, and he's excited to be back. As the referees will probably be a little bit nervous themselves. First game tip-off.
Well, the most intriguing matchup of the game, I think we're going to see it at the tip here. Timmins and Morning both wearing number 33. How often, I'm not wanting to put the jinx on Trey Morning, but how often have we seen in the past import bigs just getting used to foul trouble early on when they come to this part of the world? And no harder task than having to look after Sam Timmins on debut for Trey Morning.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big ask for him initially, just to understand what the physicality of the league is like, and you see it there with Dempsey picking up his first foul.
Robbie Coleman with the and one. Getting a start for the Nuggets.
Belongs to the Otago Nuggets.
And a great start for the young man.
They will have a crack at making that 3 to start the game.
Just 21 years old at King's College in Auckland. And he steps to the Resine foul line. First player to head to our new sponsored free throw line in 2022, and he makes his N1.
You know, this game is potentially a little bit dangerous for the Giants. With the Nuggets coming in undermanned, don't want to have the Giants take them lightly.
Beautiful backcourt pass from Sam Dempster. Nick Trayton throws it down. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line for one more.
I recognise that play in the West Side weekend that the Giants had down the West Coast, and Nick Tratham had that connection with Sam Dempster, backdoor slam dunk.
Beautiful pass from Dempster. Nick Tratham, there's plenty of expectation on him this year. Step up in the leadership role and in a responsibility role with ball in hand, and that's a good start. Here's Nico McCulloch. Speaking of expectation, moving south from the Manawatu Jets, he finds Sam Timmins. Aitchison into the lane. Darcy Knox, stalwart of the local lead. And here's Timmins. He'll go to work on Morning. Baseline spin from Timmins. Out of bounds though. Those big size 18s.
The Nuggets look pretty good on offense. They're moving the ball around nicely. I don't think Sam Timmins has been back in the country that long, has he?
Just a couple of days back from breakers duty, which would have been a tough slog away from home. His first taste of the Australian NBL as well. His Morning pulls up, shoots over Timmins and drains his first shot at the Nelson Giant.
And fires an arrow into the crowd after he makes a three.
McCulloch with the ever tenacious Alex McNaught looking after him. So let's see plenty of two-man balls. McCulloch fires, rebound Timmins. Well, baby hook doesn't go. Who's going to come down with that one? Darcy Knox is for the Nuggets.
Timmins already showing his presence on the offensive boards there, getting one and then tipping one away.
Well, McCulloch thought about pulling up, lost his footing though, and here comes Jared West. Import point guard. Thought about pulling up, finds Morning. Dempster gets the pass from Morning. Giants are 3 for 3 to start the game. And we're just going to have a whistle while the floor gets a clean, where Nico McCulloch hit the deck.
The Giants is showing a bit of freedom here and sharing the ball on offense. Nice pass by Trey Morning there.
Sam Dempster finishing it off, back for another season with his hometown team. Here's McCulloch, has to get over halfway and does just in time. And to the hoop he goes, he's fouled, so he'll head to the line.
A little bit disappointed with himself there, not finishing off that play. Being harassed by McNaught, 94 feet of the court.
So foul calls, and McCulloch at the free.
He's already had a successful start to 2022 as McCulloch. He's part of the Tall Blacks 3x3 team that qualified for the World Cup. Ever-growing format of basketball, now at the Olympics and the Commonwealth Games, and this young man is a very good exponent of it.
I understand both the men's and women's team qualified for that World Cup.
Certainly did, which comes up later in June. Here's West. Hits the screen from Morning. Looks to drop it off. It's like miscommunication there between the two Americans, and the Nuggets come the other way. McCulloch wants it wide open on the perimeter. Just doesn't drop, but good work from Robbie Coleman. And McCulloch has another one, this time from the wing. This time it's short.
It's 3 offensive boards for the Nuggets in the first part of this game. It's definitely something that Coach Fisher will be telling his boys they need to tidy up.
West around the Morning screen, trying to fashion himself a bit of space. Fires from mid-range, doesn't go. The rebound from Aitchison. The handoffs from the Nuggets early on. Knox looked to throw it out, but a good hand from West. And here he comes the other way. Drops it off to Nick Tratham. Contact is eventually called on Morning. And so Trey Morning will step to the Rosine foul line to shoot 2.
I think Nick Tratham might have been looking for a bit of contact there on that initial layup. Trey Morning there to tidy things up.
Timmins claiming he was upright. Referee Melanie O'Connor disagreeing. Morning makes his first from the line. Wearing 33, like his old man.
He's got a nice soft release on that shot of his. 2 for 2 from the line.
McCulloch skipping down the lane. Tratham with the help defense, but it doesn't deter Nico McCulloch. Here's Dempster catching the long ball. 10-7 the Giants lead. Dempster thought about the shot. Goes up against big Jack Andrews. Morning again shoots over. Timmins again, he drains the 3 ball. Alonzo Morning.
Really showing his ability to stretch the floor.
Endearing himself to the Trafalgar Centre crowd early in his career. Well, there's Jared West with a steal. 4-on-1. Throws it up to Tratham. Had to go get it. Morning with the offensive board. West scampers into the corner. His 3 doesn't go. Timmins back to Knox. This time fires it out. Coleman catch and shoot in the corner. Rebound Morning. Brings the ball up as well. Does Morning. Turnaround jumper over Timmins. Again it goes.
Feeling good about himself right now, Trey Morning. I'm actually surprised that Sam Timmins is not being a little bit more aggressive at getting himself to the hoop.
That left-handed finish doesn't go. Morning with another rebound. Riley Bensman gets ready to check in for the Giants. Oh, that pass just a little lazy. Nico McCulloch read it like a book. And he's fouled by McNaught. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. And Nick Tratham not happy with himself.
Yeah, lazy pass by Nick.
Matt Bardsley comes into the game for the Otago Nuggets along with Joe Ahi.
Riley Benson checks in for Alex McNaught. Riley had a good pre-season with the Giants in their opening pre-season games. He featured heavily in the scoring in the Westside weekend, especially when young Tom Ingham went down with his knee injury.
Let's make some noise, Nelson.
And this young man on your screen had a wonderful pre-season as well. As his coach described, dropped a lazy 39 against the Sharks last weekend. He makes his second free throw here.
Not an easy feat to do against the Sharks, quality team.
They're in action tomorrow night at ILT Stadium Southland against the reigning champion Wellington Saints, who, much like the Nuggets, a little short on staff to start the season this morning. Misses his first shot.
We'll call that a heat check. I think he's 2 for 2 and he's allowed, I'm pretty sure he's allowed to take one of those every now and again.
And we have a timeout here. 15-9, the Giants lead. Well, until that miss, it was a perfect start for Trey Morning. Welcome to the South NBL. Made his mark early to the Trafalgar Centre crowd.
He's played slightly over 5 minutes and has managed not to pick up a foul, so maybe we chuck the reverse commentator's curse on him.
10 points, 5 rebounds in just over 5 minutes of action. And Brett Matahardy with a realistic attitude coming into this one, without his restricted players, without his imports. But if there's a coach who's proven over the last couple of years that he can get the best out of a young team, it's Coach Matahardy.
I think he does a good job of allowing his players to play, you know, and which that give players confidence to step on the court and feel comfortable shooting the basketball and make decisions and not be reprimanded for making those wrong choices. And Brent's very good at that, and I think he'll have these guys playing competitively for the whole game, no doubt.
Always looks good as well, doesn't he, Brent? The dapper man.
Yeah. Loves the white shoes with the suit.
So the Nuggets are going to face some full court pressure from the Giants, but they get out of it adeptly. But Jared West almost with a steal. He does eventually get the steal off Robbie Coleman.
He just didn't give up on the play, just hustled back and got a tip on the ball and comes away with it.
Dempster, Benson wants it in the corner. Drives baseline, Riley Benson. Here's Tratham. Good movement from the Giants, and Tratham finishes off the play with a 3.
Really nice find by Riley Benjamin. Great decision. Found Nick Tratham wide open.
Jack Andrew finds McCullough. His 3 ball is off. Who's going to come down with that? Sam Dempster is.
I think that might be the first time we've said Sam Dempster with the rebound tonight.
Nick Tratham. Deep heat check. Finds nothing. So Matt Bardsley will get us back underway.
I always say a bad shot is better than a turnover. At least the bad shot's got a chance of going in.
Here's McCullough. Coleman shrugs off Dempster and then finds Ahi. Beautiful play, Robbie Coleman. Great story behind Robbie Coleman's hair that we'll I'll tell next time there's a break. Remind me, Phil. Here's Tratham in the corner. There's that almost trademark Euro hop of his now.
Sold a little ball fake, step through the gap.
McCullough pulling up. Doesn't go. Who's come down? That Dempster does. 2 rebounds in quick succession for Sam Dempster. Here is the Giants captain looking inside to his newest teammate. Little lackadaisical, one-footed, lean-back jump shot.
He
From
almost
Trey
looked
Mornings.
like he went to sleep on that fade away.
22-11, the Giants lead the Nuggets. Coleman has been active. Morning gets in that little passing lane. He brings the ball up, finds Tratham, straight back inside. And a foul called on Matt Bardsley.
Always nice when you've got a big man that can, you know, put the ball on the floor, lead the fast break. Really, it makes the job easy for the guards. They've just got to run with them.
A warm round of applause for Trey Morney as he takes the seat.
And the first Jordan Swalger sighting in the hanger.
Not for long, as we have a timeout called, so teams will talk it over. So Robbie Coleman's hair. Those that remember Robbie Coleman from last season, his debut season with the Nuggets, he had long flowing locks. Didn't play too many minutes, but when he did, you noticed. I'm told that, and you'll know more about this than me, having spent some time in Dunedin, but these were the words: his whole flat had to shave their head on a red card. Scarfies will know. Red card night. I think someone pulled the red card, which means they all had to go out or something, and he had to shave their head. At me at Twitter, tell me what that means.
I know nothing about that, but looking at me, you probably think I would.
How many red cards have you had, mate? 22-11, the Giants lead the Nuggets. In the first quarter of the first game of the Souths NBL in 2022. We're running right the way through to August the 13th. The grand final at Event Finder Stadium. Top 6 make the playoff this year, remember. With numbers 1 and 2 going straight through to the semi-finals, while 3, 4, 5 and 6 battle it out.
I think that's a really good format, the way the NBL's heading, giving those 5th and 6th place teams an opportunity to get themselves into the playoffs.
Here's West. Tyler Marsh into the game. And he gets a bucket and a foul. And he'll go to the line. Tyler Marsh, a local lad at a Waimea College in Richmond.
And a Knight Rider to boot.
Part of the famous Waimea Knight Rider team. Not quite sure what Tyler's done with his hair in the off-season.
I feel like him and his brother may have cut each other's hair because they look quite similar.
Misses the free throw. There's Timmins with the board. It was this fixture last year where the Nuggets took a big step towards the playoffs, ultimately just fell short, and the Giants took a big step away from it, Phil. And it was really Sam Timmins who did the damage that night.
It was, yeah. He definitely dominated down low, and Sam Dempster doing a great job there, walling up, offense, getting the rebound and starting the fast break.
West, dancing feet. Dempster thought about the shot. Instead, finds Benjamin. This time he doesn't think twice, Sam Dempster, and he drains it from the corner.
And what I love about Sam and his game is he is just reliable, right? Plays good defense, makes smart plays, passes the ball and knocks down shots when he needs to.
A smart drive and finish. Young man out of Onslow College. Here's Dempster. First look at Jordan Schwalger. 6'10", Kiwi, born and raised in the Gold Coast. There he is almost with the putback. Blocked by Timmins, good work from Sam Timmins. And Schwalger called for the foul.
See Jay Marsh, brother of Tyler Marsh, looking to eagerly get on the court along with Jared Burnett.
Jay Marsh wearing number 25. Those watching now might understand what Phil meant about the Marsh boys and their hair. And Jared Burnett, a new Nelson Giant, played one game for the Canterbury Rams last year, a student at Lincoln University. Now based in Nelson. Here's Darcy Knox. Finds Matt Bardsley. Athletic and bouncy Matt Bardsley. Timmins with a little shimmy. Marsh does well to help. Timmins, though, does well to draw the foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
This Swalger's second foul, I think.
In quick succession. There is at the top of your screen, Jordan Schwalger. There is a Giants link in his recruitment here, Phil. Like I said, born and raised over in Australia, Kiwi parents, but spent the last couple of years playing in Brisbane for the Spartans, Mika Vakona's club team.
Yeah, Mika rated him quite highly in regards to his athletic ability, and we haven't seen much of that recently. Obviously, he took a head knock early in the pre-season, so sat out quite a long time, and then he's just recovering off COVID.
Here's Jay Marsh receiving the pass from brother Tyler. They reset to Jared Burnett. Schwalger with a big screen. Burnett blocked from behind Bardsley. Here comes Ahi dropping it off. Pearce. Nice finish. Nice counter-attack basketball on the fast break from the Otago Nuggets. Schwalger back to Tyler Marsh. Bit of space. Marsh puts it up and drains it. Tyler Marsh for three. And the Giants lead by 15 as time runs down.
Jay Marsh gets a nice hand on the ball, tips it, turns it over.
5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Bardsley and Benson fighting over the ball.
Through the legs.
Going to shoot the three. And out he goes on the buzzer. 33 points in the first quarter of the season for the Nelson Giants. 12 of them coming from their new number 33, Alonzo Mourning III. It's 33-15, quarter time here. Burnett on the buzzer. We'll be back after the break.
There's one thing I do need, what is my stopwatch for this? And also the pizza vouchers might help. Please welcome up to the court for your half-time. Your quarter-time entertainment, Ashton and Tamatoa. It's that steal, the pizza steal, thanks to our friends at Sal's. I'm going to give them 45 seconds to make as many free throws as they can. One each end. Then they come back. Grab one piece of pizza. You ready to go? As soon as you make a shot, come back. Go. Clock's on. I can't watch both at once, so you guys are going to have to help me here. Keep going. Come back. We'll just let you go. Every time they make one, we'll count it. We want to give at least one slice of pizza away here. 25 seconds. Oh. Give them some encouragement, Nelson. There's one. Ashton puts one in. Tamatoa trying to respond.
We're going to be back for 1
Ashton's
second.
going for seconds.
So just, can you just hold it for 5 seconds to start the quarter? I'll give you a thumbs up.
3, 2, 1. Last shots are up for both. Well done, there it is. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, Ashton and Tamatoa. to our friends at Sal's Pizza, and another chance to win, of course, next time we play.
Well, welcome back to the opening night of the Sal's NBL 2022, live from the Trafalgar Centre in Nelson, and it's the Giants. And what a quarter they had, 33-15, they lead the Nuggets. Hugh Baden here alongside Phil Jones. And Phil, the story of that first quarter, Alonzo Mourning III, Trey Mourning on debut with 12 points and 5 boards.
Yeah, he's come out and he's had a really strong start to the game. One thing that really sticks out is the Giants from the three-point line, 6 of 10, which is a pretty good clip. I'm sure that Brett Marahati will be hoping that they can't keep that up for the rest of the game.
12 for 22 from the field.
Here we go, 33.
Good for 54%. The Nuggets was 5 for 14 for 35%. Yet to drain a three-pointer the Nuggets, and the Giants have 6.
And the Giants looking okay on the boards at the moment, winning that battle by 1.
And Coach Mike Fitchett leaving a young lineup out there. Here's Ben Simon. Jay Marsh, catch and shoot from the wing, little strong. Josh Aitchison with the board. Darcy Knox fires it out to red card Coleman. Cops the contact, and Robbie Coleman will go to the line. He's been energetic with the ball in hand, Robbie Coleman.
He has. He's been aggressive to the basket, and he's managed to get himself to the Razim foul line again. And Swagwood picks up his 3rd.
3 quick fouls for Jordan Schwager on debut, so Trey Mourning back into the game.
Not a bad replacement.
As Coleman can't get his first to go.
Let's see if we can make it 2 from 2. Let's make some noise, Nelson!
This is a bow for Timmins though. Gets the offensive board but can't get it to go. So Darcy Knox, 3rd time's a charm for the Nuggets. Not this time, but Sam Timmins finally puts it in the basket.
I think maybe now the Giants might be losing the rebound battle after the Nuggets get 3 offensive rebounds in a row.
Marsh around the screen. Jumper doesn't go. Ben Simon and Mourning finding over the rebound. It'll be Nuggets ball.
I like the aggression of both the Marsh boys and taking their opportunities and getting some shots up, and Tyler just being short on that one.
Knox. Coleman. Timmins trying to find a bit of space in the high post. Here's Nico McCulloch in front of his own bench. That one's off. Coleman, nope, comes away with the ball. It's got to go up, and there's a shot clock violation from the Nuggets.
Shot clock's out.
Just trying to find a bit of rhythm. This young Otago Nuggets side, again without their imports, and with the Sam Timmins fresh off the plane after 6 months in Australia with the Breakers. Mourning. Oh, nonchalant. Another nonchalant jump shot from Trey Mourning, and another bucket for the big man. And then a steal by Ben Simon. That pass just a little too far.
I'm not even sure you would call that a jump shot.
Standing shot.
Like he's standing there and he just rises onto his tiptoes and shoots it.
Nico McCulloch. Finding Coleman. Here's Josh Aitchison. Had a great showdown in 2020, trying to find a bit of space. Instead finds McCulloch from the corner, and Nico McCulloch gets the first 3 ball of the Otago Nuggets season. And there'll be plenty of more of those to come in 2022 from that young man. Burnett drops it to Mourning. Good hand from Timmins, but the Giants regain possession. 5 on the shot clock. Benjamin driving off the left hand, off the backboard, and down it goes.
Yeah, great finish by Riley. Showed good patience there with the shot clock running down. Managed to get all the way to the basket and finish.
Great delayed pass from Sam Timmins. Benjamin had to come across and foul the big man, so Sam Timmins goes to the line after a nice bit of two-man ball between him and Darcy Knox.
Yeah, it's a pretty good foul, I think, by Benjamin. It was a definite 2 points if he hadn't come across.
Nice work from the two Dunedin boys.
See Timmins at the Razim foul line again.
Short on his first.
That kind of makes that foul a little bit better.
Come on, let's make some noise.
Just re-signed today with the Breakers for another year as a development player. Did pretty well in his first year under trying circumstances. By the end, it crept past Rob Lowe and Dan Shamir's rotation as Alonzo Mourning goes to work successfully again.
And Benjamin just picks up a quick foul, just trying to get a steal there. Just tiptoed through the lane there, Mourning. Showed his ball handling skills as well as his ability to shoot in the last few minutes.
Aitchison handoff to McCulloch. Aitchison driving to the hoop. Tries to throw it up for Timmins. 3 seconds call against Timmins.
It was an interesting play by Aitchison. It was almost like he could have actually shot it rather than passed it.
Here's Marsh. Almost stolen by Aitchison. Just gets it over halfway. Does Tyler Marsh. And here's Alonzo Mourning, the third. Benjamin for three. Doesn't go. Rebounded by Bardsley. Well, I saw hesitation from Nico McCulloch. Everything but the finish on that drive, I should say.
And Benjamin did a good job staying with him there and just managed to get a hand on the ball, I think.
The Giants trying to find a bit of space for this man, Trey Mourning. Good hand from Aitchison. That three won't count as the ball had gone out of bounds, so it will be a Giants inbound. Coach Mike Fitchett wants a timeout, and he gets it. 39-21, the Giants lead. Just over 6 minutes to go in the second quarter.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from both of the Giants imports. Both showing the ability to shoot the ball a little bit, not afraid to pass it and share it around. Haven't seen a lot of Jared West in the second quarter so far, but definitely Trey Mourning is going to be a tough prospect in this league, I think, for many teams.
I should correct my statement about Sam Timmins and the Breakers. He has re-signed with them, but as a fully rostered player for 2023. So congratulations to Sam.
That's good for him. You know, he showed he's a quality player in the Sal's NBL last year, and I think a full roster spot on any Aussie NBL team is an opportunity for Sam Timmins. So I think the Breakers have done a good job of securing him.
Impressed in the court time he had over in Australia.
6:17 on the clock in the second.
I think I speak for everyone in New Zealand basketball when we can't wait to see the Breakers play at home again later this year. For the next 4 months, though, it's the turn of the Sal's NBL. And so far, it's been a good start for the Nelson Giants. Fortunate to have both their two imports, and here's one of them, Alonzo Mourning, putting up a three. High off the back iron, rebounded by Joe Ahi.
And a pretty well-run play there. The Giants got the shot that they wanted.
Here's Ahi the other end, in the corner. Too strong. Jack Andrew with the rebound. He'll go again, well Ahi. Back iron. Who's going to come down with that one? Riley Benjamin does. School teacher here in Nelson.
The Giants are really having to battle on the defensive rebounds with this Nuggets team. Nuggets are really putting a lot of pressure on them offensively.
Jay Marsh gets Bardsley to bite, pulls up from mid-range. Rebounded by Timmins. his 5th of this contest.
Defense, 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 defense.
Ahi just skulking his way down to the basket. Bazi misses the 3. Rebound by Morning. That's his 6th to go with 16 points. Sizes up Jack Andrew and drains the 3 over him. And a timeout, this time by the Otago Nuggets. Trey Morning has 19 points and 6 rebounds. The Giants have 42 points. And they're rolling early here at the Trafalgar Centre.
Yeah, he is looking very comfortable from the three-point line at the moment. Nuggets will definitely have to look at adjusting to that and maybe trying to get him to put the ball on the floor a little bit and get to the basket. Run him off the three-point line, take away that three-point shot. He's got such a high release on his shot. So, you know, even if you are contesting it, he's still managing to shoot it well above everybody else.
I tell you what, I'm going to go this young lady up here in the pink.
He's 3 for 5 from beyond the arc is Trey Morning, 7 for 9 from the field.
That's not counting the one he made after the whistle.
After the one he made after the whistle, yep. Change of hue for the Nelson Giants in 2022. Phil, what do you think? They've gone to a more royal blue.
What do you reckon, mate?
Still blue, which I'm happy about. Yeah, that's all that matters.
You know what?
Still blue.
The Nuggets in their classic dark blue and gold. One of the best colourways in the league, in my opinion.
Although they are playing in a white strip at home.
Slight apparel mix-up at the away side's end, I believe. All sorted, though.
Here we go.
And here's Nico McCulloch. Jared West back on the floor now for the Giants. And here's Darcy Knox round a Timmins screen. That pass, Knox does really well to keep that in the half of the court it needed to stay in as Joe Ahi puts up a 3. High up the backboard, Dempster with the board. Dempster might have tweaked something there. Just a slightly unnatural movement from Sam Dempster, and he looks a little ginger as he makes his way back up the court. Morning. 3-ball over Timmins again. Tickling the twine is Trey Morning.
It's almost starting to become a little bit boring watching him shoot from the three-point line.
Wow, sorry, Phil Jones. As if countless people didn't have to do that for 23 years watching you play basketball. Sam Timmins with a big man move and a nice finish.
I'm sure it never looked that easy.
Fake handoff, wide open, Morning. This one doesn't go. It's almost like he needs the 7-footer in front of him.
Yeah, missed the wide open one.
Defense, 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 come on.
Timmins wants it inside. Will he go to work? Drops it off.
Tough little call there. I think Jared West might have thought that came off the Nuggets' hand. Local lad Corey Hogg refereeing the game here.
Here we go. Only 10 on the shot clock. Defense.
Here's Nico McCulloch.
Defense.
Over to Ahi.
Defense. Defense.
Deep 3 from Nico McCulloch, and down it goes. He has the potential and the ability to get very hot, does Nico McCulloch.
And he's made his last 2 threes that he's put up. One of the Giants switching to a zone at the moment.
Timmins does well to affect Nick Traton's layup. Oh, Sam Dempster. Steal, and the 3 doesn't go. Timmins with the board. Darcy Knox finding Aitchison. McCulloch, good off-ball movement, and he's earned himself that wide-open 3, but he misses it. And Morning and Timmins tussle for the ball, and it will be Giants' possession. Alex McNaught back into the game. Tyler Marsh takes the seat. Good stint from Marsh.
Good to see Tyler getting a good amount of game time. He's been involved with the Giants now for quite a while, so no longer a young guy on the team, even though he's still quite young. He's been around the scene for quite a while.
Debuted at the tender age of 14. Jared West from way downtown. Just off. Rebound Morning on the second attempt. The M1. Trey Morning to the Racine foul line for one more.
He's not doing much wrong at the moment, is he? Stepping up to the Racine free throw line again.
24 points now to go with 6 rebounds. Quite the first impression he has made so far in this league.
And knocks that one down.
Dempster with another steal off a Nuggets inbound. This time he finds West. Trathan, a little too strong on the layout. The defensive pressure paying off for the Giants. Here's Morning weaving his way up the court. A little round the back action past the Dempster. 3 in the corner goes Sam Dempster. Timmons looking for someone to run off him. Gets it back to the big man. Ball on the floor. Almost a perfect pass to Darcy Knox. And it will be Giants ball.
The Nuggets are definitely looking to use Sam Timmons as a facilitator, but I almost think they probably need to look at getting him a little bit more on the block and let him go to work a bit more.
It's that nice pass from Morning to Dempster. Dutifully finished it off. Alex McNaught finding Sam Dempster. Here's Trathan. Darcy Knox called for the foul. Nick Trathan will inbound the ball. Here's Jared West back to Dempster. Thought about the shot, instead puts the ball on the floor, and a little miscommunication between Dempster and McNaught. Nuggets ball.
And Sam should have gone up and shot that. I think he got himself off the ground and was thinking pass first. It's Nico McCulloch, who's shown glimpses in his Nuggets debut. A little floater, and he gets that one to go, Nico McCulloch. Matt Bardsley, good work on the defensive end, comes away with the ball. Gets the bump and the foul from West.
Taken by number 7, Matthew Bardsley. So it'll be Nuggets baseline.
Caught on the baseline.
Just over a minute to go to half-time. 51-28. The Nuggets in a hole without their imports tonight. Expected next week. Big off-season for the Nuggets, of course, off the court too. Here's Matt Bardsley. Sam Dempster, baby hook doesn't go, and another rebound for Sam Dempster, his 5th. Here's Dempster, Corbin Mason, his first look at the Giants uniform, can't get his hands on that ball. McCulloch takes the contact and gets it to go. Is that 4 buckets in a row? Nico McCulloch.
To 21 points the difference.
Jared West calling the plays he only learnt, of course, about 3 days ago. Lane opens up for him as much as he can with Sam Timmons in it. He gets his own rebound. Dempster, step back 3. Rebound, Trathan. And eventually Sam Timmons gets his mitts on it. Throws it high into the speaker system, and that's half-time. here at the Trafalgar Centre. And it's been a good start for the Nelson Giants in their home season. 51-30 they lead over the Nuggets at half-time. The story of the first half, that of Trey Morning. And there he is, Trey Morning, 25 points, 7 rebounds. He leads in both categories, and he is with Phil Jones.
Nelson, looks like you're enjoying yourself out there.
I'm loving it. It's beautiful.
How are you finding yourself fitting into the team?
It's great. It's great. We got a great group of guys. Everyone's kind, you know, and we all want to win. We got good people in the locker room. That goes a long way.
Looks like you can shoot the ball a little bit. Maybe you and I should have a bit of a competition sometime.
Hey, I'm down with that. I'm down with that. We can do it.
Good man. Good luck for the second half. Cheers. All right.
You haven't been welcome to Nelson.
We are waiting for
You haven't been welcome to Nelson until Phil Jones challenges you to a shooting competition. Trey Morning. All right, we can head back to Phil because he has got Nico McCulloch standing by with him.
Shows, and we're just getting used to the season and flow of the refs and everything. So I think we're not bad for the first game out with a young squad. So just figuring it out.
Yeah, and you're still waiting for your 3 imports to come in, so they're going to help you out a lot.
Yeah, definitely. But I think this will be a good challenge for us to grow while they're not here and, like, you know, get our shots up and all that before everyone gets here.
Yeah, okay, you're doing a good job. You're working hard. Thanks, mate.
Great to hear from Nico and Trey at half-time. 51-30, the Nelson Giants lead an undermanned Otago Nuggets here. It's opening night in the NZNBL for 2022, and we'll be back after the break. Afterwards, I was like, well, you haven't been welcome to Nelson until you've been challenged to a shooting competition by Phil Jones. So he's probably going, who is this?
Oh, no, he was looking up a little bit.
Oh, has he? Oh, good. Oh, that's good. Steal her, spare them.
I don't think I'll go through 2 bottles. Are you extra thirsty?
I get through mine.
Oh my
I get through mine pretty quickly. I do a lot of talking.
Yeah. I quite like the look of Trey. It's like it was just at breakfast. So casual.
Very casual.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause to Lindsay Downs, skeptic duo. Bola does this stop there. Please give them a round of applause from Lindsay Dance Boost.
Shit, that's mine.
Can you hear me, Richard? What do we have any graphics over halftime, or are we just yarning? Can you show me them now? Oh, I like it. You're just going to roll through these. Cool. Welcome back to the Trafalgar Centre in Nelson. It's been a profitable start to the 2022 season for the Giants. They lead 51-30 over the Otago Nuggets at half-time here. Hugh Benton here alongside Phil Jones, live on Sky Sport. And what a start it's been to the Sal's NBL career of Trey Morning. And we'll have a look through some of the stats from the first half. I think we'll see the same name a fair few times. 25 points. And you spoke to both Alonzo Mourning III and Nico McCulloch at half-time, and you made the point to mention for opening night. Welcome back, approaching the start of the third quarter here at Trafalgar Centre. Sky Sport coverage of the Sal's NBL, all 95 games live on Sky Sport. Every Saturday night, 7:30 game live, free to air on Prime also. Great to have your company on the start of what's set to be an intriguing season of New Zealand National Basketball League. Hugh Baden here alongside Phil Jones, whose jersey hangs from the rafters in the building we are situated in. A lot of these fans would have grown up watching him play. And the Giants, your Giants, Phil, with a great start so far to the season.
Yeah, they're going well. Obviously against a side that's slightly undermanned, but it's a good opportunity, I suppose, for them to have the chances to fit their imports into the rotation and also get quite a bit of playing time for their younger guys. So there was definitely through that second period there, they had a few of the younger boys out on the court, which was good to see.
I'll tell you what this crowd will be thinking about, Phil. If the Giants score 100 points, everyone gets free Sal's pizza. Courtesy of the new Sal's, open on Trafalgar Street here in Nelson.
Well, I'm sure if Trey Morning keeps stroking the ball like he has been, that has a high possibility of happening.
There he is, number 33. He has 25 points, 9 of 12 from the field.
I'm thinking we're going to see a Sam Timmins that's slightly different player the second half. I think he'll be a bit more of a focus on the offensive end.
He looks potentially a little fatigued to me, Phil, and like we said, you know, he's fresh off the plane and an extra flight for most of the breakers, of course, down to Dunedin and then up to Nelson. We're back underway third quarter. Nico McCulloch, 16 points in the first. The brightest of lights so far for Otago. Great steal from Nick Trathan. And here comes Morning. He's got McNaught to his right. Pulls up from the elbow and gets it to go.
Easy as you like. And Nuggets definitely try to get it into Sam Timmins, but Aitchison just got the ball deflected on the pass.
Here's Timmins in the perimeter, finds Knox. Pull up from Darcy Knox. Doesn't get it to go. Good rebound, Josh Aitchison. Here's Timmins, skipping down the lane. Rebounded by Dempster.
That's definitely a sign of fatigue, you know, big man just leaving it a little bit short on the front of the rim. There's been quite a few of his shots tonight have been coming up the same.
Here's Trathan. Morning in the high post. Hands it off to Dempster. 3 on the shot clock. Morning's going to have to put it up over Timmins. That one a block. (53-30), Darcy Knox, ball in hand. Timmins, Morning doing well to prevent Timmins from getting the ball in his hands too close to the basket. This time Timmins up with a running right hook. Can't get it to go.
Morning played some good D there, just got his chest and bumps Timmins away from the hoop.
Jay West puts Knox on his back, but the attempt is a little short. Here's Nico McCulloch eyeing up Alex McNaught. McNaught does well. McCulloch gets his own rebound. Timmins showing his range. Rebounded by Morning. Roundabout pass to Trathan.
Bit of showtime.
Drives baseline, trying to draw the foul. No whistle, and here come the Nuggets through Darcy Knox. This time, foul called on Jared West.
I think Morning may have found a little bit of contact there that just got missed.
Substitution for the Nuggets. Jack Andrew in. Sam Timmins takes the seat.
There's a few guys out there breathing pretty heavy. The pace of the game is definitely up there.
First one is in out for Darcy Knox.
And Darcy Knox misses the first from the Razim free throw line.
Makes the second. Comes Jared West. Yet to score in the Giants singlet. 0 for 5. I remember about a year ago, a certain Hunter Howe going 1 for 9, Phil. Only to then set the league alight scoring as West's 3 is off. Here's Knox. Back to Aitchison. Catch and shoot from Josh Aitchison. Rebound by Jack Andrew, the young man out of Twizel. And a good putback. And Morning hurt. Maybe just got a finger in the eye. He blinks his way up the court. Oh, steal from Andrew. Impact off the bench from young Jack Andrew. Oh, great block, Sam Dempster.
Great defense from Sam.
West finds Morning, and there's a foul from Josh Aitchison. Foul on the floor. Just a swipe there
Good
from
foul.
Aitchison.
Slow the game down a little bit. Going back to Jared West, and obviously, hasn't scored for the Giants yet, but I think a lot of the times when imports come into the league, if they're not scoring, they're feeling like they're not contributing. But I definitely think Jared West is doing a good job, but defensively coming up with steals and sharing the basketball well. He'll get points. That'll come. We see Nick Tratham with a lucky, got away with a rather lazy pass there on the inbounds, which Nuggets stepped out of bounds with.
Here is West. Mike Fitchett using his Tall Blacks connections to recruit Jared West. A travel called on Nick Tratham. Jared West is playing at the University of Louisville under the watchful eye of Ross McMains. He's been a part of the Tall Blacks coaching setup for a while. A recommendation to his good friend Michael Fitchett. McNaught working hard as he always does. When he come away with a steal, he does. A spin, lays it off the Morning.
That's a nice tip by Morning. Get it back to him.
A little scrappy, but the Giants recover. Tratham driving. And a foul called. As Matt Bardsey goes down hard, but jumps up quickly as he always does.
Almost looked like Nick Tratham forgot to let go of the ball then when he jumped.
Well, Brett Matahari was calling for the travel. But it is Nick Tratham who'll go the line. One of several Nelson Giants with a mullet now in 2022.
Seems like it's the standard haircut.
I don't see it on any of the Otago Nuggets players, so maybe it's the top of the South thing.
Maybe they've all had red cards.
Very nice. Just getting a floor mopped in front of the Nuggets bench. Hence the delay before Robbie Coleman gets us back underway. Impressed with Jack Andrew and his minutes, his recent stint, Phil. He's disrupted Trey Morning over the last 3 or 4 minutes on the court.
Yeah, he's come on. He's a big lad. Standing next to Trey Morning. He's definitely made an impact. Defensively, he's been pretty tough.
McCulloch spinning on McNaught. McNaught does well. McCulloch's shot doesn't go. Rebound by Morning. That's his 10th rebound, a double-double for Trey Morning on debut for the Nelson Giants. McNaught in the corner for three. Dempster comes away with the ball. Jared West wide open. His three ball is off. Knox comes down with it, and the Nuggets will bring the ball up the court. Pull up from Darcy Knox, and he rattles it in. Looking to inject a bit of impetus into his hometown team. West dropping it off the Morning. Misses the layup with his left hand. Again, Andrew does well, but this time Morning does finish.
Yeah, did a good job staying with it.
Well, big screen at half court from Jack Andrew, but he knocked the ball out of McCulloch's hand at the same time. West driving, and there's his first points for the Nelson Giants. The bench on their feet.
Just taking the lid off the rim, he'd be happy about that. And quick hands.
To the hoop he goes. Back-to-back buckets for Jared West, and he looks pumped. Bit of relief in that.
All the pressure's off now. He'll feel good about himself.
Here's Matt Barnsley, achieved cult status in New Zealand basketball just a couple of years ago. That passed a little bit too much mustard on it for Robbie Coleman. And we have a timeout. And there's Jared West, happy with himself after back-to-back buckets. This is the one after the steal. Straight into a quarter pack of nuggets, but he finishes through it all.
With sweet and sour sauce.
61-36. See the kids jumping up and down in the background. The GIN walking around, throwing basketballs to the crowd. GJ Gardner branded basketballs, I should add. Proud presenting partner of the Sal's NBL in 2022.
And that is the ball that somebody will be shooting. One of those, GJ Gardner ball.
And we'll hear a lot more from them later this season, Phil, of course, when GJ Gardner Home's Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa begins, the new Women's National Basketball League. Really excited to bring that to the screen starting on June 29.
Yeah, it'll be great to see some women's basketball back on Sky. Proud father moment. Got a daughter that will be representing the Porkai out of Canterbury, and giving her an opportunity to show her stuff on Sky TV.
It's going to be a great opportunity for the young female basketballers. For now, it's the turn of the men. And we're back underway. Riley Benson for the Nelson Giants to bring the ball up. Offensive foul, the call.
A little bit bemused by the call, I think. I think there was a little bit of contact going both ways, possibly.
So Joahi will get us back underway. 4 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Nuggets in a hole. As Knox pulls up from just inside the three-point line. Rattles around a bit, Morning with the board. Number 13 to go with his 29 points. Tratham wide open in transition. And there's Nick Tratham with his second three ball of the game.
Shows a little three-point shot down by his feet. Happy with the celebration.
13 points now for Nick Tratham as Knox. It's a high arcing three ball up that doesn't go. Timmins right place, right time. Everything but the finish, but he'll go to the Resine foul line to shoot two.
And he is having one of those nights where he just can't get anything to go in around the basket.
Morning takes the seat, still winking out of that eye. That he copped a finger in, I think, from Jack Andrew. Jordan Schwalger back into the game. 3 quick fouls in his first stint as Timmins misses his first free throw. 2 for 10 from the field, Sam Timmins. 11 rebounds. Makes that free throw his 6th point. Here's Benson. Schwalger diving to the hoop. It's Dempster with the catch and shoot. That's off. And Jack Andrew has the rebound. Darcy Knox. Andrew in the corner. Timmins driving to the hoop. Two-handed slam from Sam Timmins. And that might get the big man firing.
There's a large human hanging on that rim there.
Trafalgar Centre staff all collectively with an sharp intake of breath. Jordan Schwalger puts up the three, rattles out. Timmins with the board.
Looked good out of the hand from where we were sitting. Just back rimmed it.
Knox. Andrew looking for the quick pass.
Dempster with quick hands. Just cut that pass off.
Schwalger might have got away with the legal screen. Karma came back to bite him in the form of a big swat from Sam Timmins. We think about what we'll be injecting into this Nuggets side. Great pass from Timmins to Jack Andrew. Beautiful no-look from the big man.
He's got good vision, Sam Timmins. You can't take an eye off your player when he's got the ball in his hands.
Trayton in the corner. Oh, no-look pass fooled everyone. So you see Sam Timmins turn in the corner. Yeah, just hang on for that little extra second.
A little bit of extra swing on the jungle gyms.
Coach Mike Fisher, we're happy with what we've seen so far.
Some wholesale subs coming in. Marsh boys and Jared Burnett back into the game.
Here's Nico McCulloch. Pulls up from three-point land. Schwager with the board. Alex McNaught calls for the screen. Finds Tyler Marsh. Jared Burnett. Very young lineup out there for the Giants. Burnett drives. Who's going to come down with that? Schwager and Timmins fighting for it. It's Schwager who's got it. He's fouled. He'll go to the Rosine free throw line to shoot two.
Good to see Swalgies stayed with that one. Came up with a couple of tips and then finally got the ball in his hands and managed to draw the foul. Just got a wardrobe issue here at the Rosine foul line.
Referee Corey Hogg just reminding him to tuck in the singlet. John Schwager makes his first. Just 20 years old, out at Hillcrest Christian College in the Gold Coast. Kiwi citizen. Splits his free throws. And away comes Nico McCulloch. 16 points, 4 rebounds for 0-0. Matt Bardsley driving, losing possession.
Tyler Marsh
regaining it.
Got a hand on the ball there. McCulloch.
McCulloch gets another opportunity, but he's fouled this time. And he'll go line to shoot two.
I think that may be Schwager.
Fourth foul on Jordan Schwager. That was offensive rebound number 14 and 15 for the Otago Nuggets to 10 for the Giants as McCulloch makes his first. And his second. Comes Jared Burnett. Another one who'll be keeping a keen eye on Toihi Basketball Aotearoa, I should say, later in the year. His partner, Lauren Hippolyte, the tall fern, will be playing. Burnett fires it over to Alex McNaught, trying to find a bit of space. Stripped by the Nuggets, but McNaught dives on the ball. We have a whistle.
May have a shot clock violation here.
Shot clock violation to call. After discussions between referee and score bench, shot clock violation is the call, being argued by Mike Fitchett.
Tough place to be on the score bench. 24-second shot clock is the worst job to have on the score bench.
And subs being made. The Otago Nuggets.
Back underway, Darcy Knox with the ball as Mike Fitchett continues to talk to Mel O'Connor. Here comes Knox. Bardsley drops it into Timmins in the low block. Timmins baseline spin, reverse layup, and the finish. And if that foul is on Jordan Schwalger, that's his night over. It looks like it might be as Alonzo Mourning hops up from the bench. And Jordan Schwalger fouls out on debut for the Giants. Strong move from Timmins.
Timmins is great, does a great job of just feeling where the defender is on his hip and just wheels off him, and then all of a sudden, because he's such a big guy, once he gets you on his back, it's hard to get back in front of him.
The injured Tom Ingham with some words of encouragement and an arm around the shoulder of young Jordan Schwalger. As the game continues with Alex McNaught and Matt Bardsley, two of the more tenacious young guards in this league, going at each other. Here's Tyler Marsh. Brother Jay from the wing, too strong, rebounded by Knox eventually. Knox trying to cover Timmins' screens. Looks to lob it up. No, it's a floater and down it goes. Darcy Knox. As the three-quarter buzzer goes, 65-48, the Giants lead.
Darcy Knox definitely made a bit of a footprint in that quarter, I think, especially late in that quarter. He showed his ability to score the basketball and definitely a lot more aggressive.
6 points now for Knox. 6 of the Nuggets, 48. Tom Ingham on the right of your screen with a knee injury. Might see him out for a fair while. He did in pre-season down on the West Coast in Greymouth, and that's Tom Gargiulo, the new assistant coach for the Nelson Giants. Was a player last year and the year before. Before that, just a fan. Wonderful story, really, of Tom Gargiulo making his way from super fan to assistant coach via the playing roster for the Nelson Giants.
Yeah, and I think now he's found himself in a position, in the team roster where he's really instrumental in that coaching aspect. Where Coach Fitch had lacked somebody in that position last year, and it's nice to see that he's got somebody that's giving him a bit of support in that coaching role.
These Otago Nuggets, doesn't get any easier for them this weekend, and they head down to Christchurch to take on the Rams on Saturday night, Saturday 5:30 game.
And the Giants had three games against the Rams in the preseason, and I think all three of them were pretty competitive. Obviously the Rams have the likes of Taylor Britt and Joe Cook-Green, two New Zealand tall black guards, both pretty tough defensive players, and offensively showed that they could play at that end as well in the preseason.
Imports to come in the form of Sunday Detch, who won a championship with the Wellington Saints in 2019, and Ryan Taylor, another American. So another Sunday Detch, an Australian citizen, of course. And let's not forget Max Darling, when he's finished his contract over in Europe, will rejoin the Rams. So plenty of firepower on that Rams side. Perhaps their biggest off-season signing, that of Judd Flavel.
Yeah, and Judd spent many years here in a Giants singlet, and he'll be really looking forward to getting back to New Zealand in a head coaching role.
We're back underway for the fourth quarter. Here's Trey Mourning. Without doubt, the star of this opening game so far. Pulls up from the baseline over Timmins, and down it goes. Seems to start every quarter the same way. Does Trey Mourning. 31 points for the American. Timmins looking to drop it off to Coleman. Aitchison does well to keep it in bounds. 4 on the shot clock as McCulloch. Oh, Alex McNaught with those strong paws of his.
Vice grip hands he's got.
They come the Giants through Jay Marsh. Here's Mourning. Sizes up Timmins. Couple of shimmies. Gets Timmins in the air. And everything but the shot. McCulloch. His three ball off to the left. Coleman keeps it. No, he doesn't. Out of bounds it is, so Giants ball.
Oh, Trey Morning just playing with Sam Timmins down in the low block there. On about his 4th fake, Timmins finally jumped and then he decided to shoot it. He could probably put it on the floor and go around him.
Here's McNaught. Wide open 3 for Alex McNaught. Doesn't go. Oh, Jared Burnett, smallest man on the court, comes away with the rebound, and there's Morning with a floater.
A nice touch. Soft bounce on the rim and straight through the hoop.
Aitchison trying to shrug off Tyler Marsh. Good hand from McNaught. Again, strong defensive instincts from the young Aucklander. That pass Timmins a little out of reach, but a foul on Morning.
Maybe his first foul of the game.
It is. Just making sure he gets involved in all the stat columns.
Yeah.
As we have a timeout by the Otago Nuggets.
It would be unusual for an import to come into this league and not pick up a foul.
Well, we spoke about it, didn't we, in the pre-game, how import big men in particular find themselves in foul trouble, and I guess we have seen that with Jordan Schwalger, not an import but new to the league, and find himself fouled out in less than 3/4 of action. But Alonzo Morning hasn't had that much trouble, although I will say he hasn't faced the Sam Timmins we saw last year, and I think, as we said, fresh off the plane, looks quite fatigued, does Sam Timmins, but hasn't been his aggressive self.
No, I think he's definitely come into tonight's game. He looks like he's trying to be more of a distributor rather than a scorer. And yeah, I would agree. He looks fatigued, and that's probably something that, you know, is helping obviously Trey Morning because he's not having to defend Sam at his best. But I still feel like Trey has shown that he's a smart player. You can see it by the way he moves around the court, and defensively he's not throwing any, you know, throwing his hands at the ball, staying nice and walling up and staying straight up when the offense attacks him. So yeah, I think he's doing a great job out there.
Big thing, TJ Gardner's.
So Nuggets ball from the baseline.
And a big thank you to all our sponsors that are on board, and of course the community partners, Giants and Schools and supporters. ITM, McDonald's, Nelson Herd, Willie Wicket, Johnson and Stacey, Chad Captains, and NBS.
Robbie Coleman finds Nico McCulloch.
Possession for the Nuggets.
Aitchison pulls up from the elbow. A one-handed floater, down it goes, as do Timmins and Marsh. I think the whistle called purely for safety reasons, as the Moppets come on and do their job.
And nice to see Aitchison getting on the board. I haven't seen much of him tonight. He's more than capable of scoring the basketball when he gets opportunities.
They have such a fantastic 2020. Started every game last year for the Nuggets, but quite offensively. Juggles his basketball with an impressive full-time accountancy career with Deloitte. Isn't always easy.
No, he looks like a smart character.
Here's Jay Marsh. One of many out of Waimea College in this Giants lineup. Jared Burnett.
A double pump over Timmins.
Here's Aitchison. Needs some help to get over halfway. Finds that help in Nico McCulloch. Here's Timmins. Jay Marsh goes to help Morning out. That means someone's wide open. That man is Robbie Conan, and he makes his 3-ball.
Tough rotation for Jay Marsh, helping on the other side of the court, and his man's wide open. He might have been thinking that one of his teammates might help him out.
Oh, here's Robbie Conan again, this time with the steal. And the finish. 5 quick points from Robbie Conan. As Jared West comes back onto the court for the Giants, and Matt Bardsley for the Nuggets.
Jared West coming back on for the Musgrave Nelson Giants, and Matthew Bardsley for the Otago Nuggets.
Jay Marsh gets the Giants back underway. Here's Burnett. Finds his import point guard. West burrowing into the lane and is clobbered, so he'll go to the Resine foul line to shoot 2.
West does a good job of coming off those screens and just getting his defender on his back and almost sort of just walking his way down the lane and then taking contact. He seems like he's quite a crafty player.
Pitch to the charity strike. 2 to come.
Sam Dempster comes back into the game as West takes his place at the foul line. 24 years old, co-captained the University of Louisville Cardinals in 2020-2021. Second one doesn't go, but Sam Dempster comes down with the rebound, as he so often does. Burnett fires it over. Morning with 5 on the shot clock. Shoots, good hand from Timmins. And Morning slaps it off Robbie Conan's noggin. And I think it will be Giants ball.
Yep.
Off the head of Coman. A little laugh from referee Sampan, and it will be Giants ball.
1.3 seconds on the shot clock.
.3 seconds. I think Morning's going to set a screen for Jared Burnett here. And he's going to get the ball. Morning. Pump fake. Tries to draw the foul. Fires it wildly at the backboard. And that will be Nuggets ball after the shot clock violation.
He actually did a pretty good job of getting Timmins off the ground there. Could have been a foul.
The bench is starting to heat up for our Otago Nuggets.
71-55, 6.5 minutes to go on opening night here. 5 games to come this weekend. Reigning champion Wellington Saints in action tomorrow night. Down in the Shark Tank against the Southland Sharks. Here's Sam Timmins. Nice reverse layup from Timmins.
Nice little hesitation. One big giant step under the hoop and lays it up.
Very excited tomorrow night, Phil, to see the latest Southland Shark signing as Jared Burnett finds himself wide open from the Nuggets bench and he drains the 3. That signing being Mojave King.
Oh yeah, the son of Leonard King.
Legendary Otago Nugget, Leonard King. Now, his son playing for the Southland Sharks. Of course, the Southland Sharks didn't exist when Leonard was playing for the Nuggets, so that rivalry might not be there in Leonard's head.
I feel like that Leonard played possibly some second division basketball for a Southland team back in the day, a long time ago. He'll probably tell you that I'm wrong. But
well, if he is listening, he'll certainly text us about how we've alluded to his age several times in the last minute. Here goes Sam Timmins. Good footwork from the big man and a smart finish too. Mojave King fresh out the Australian NBL. Excited to see him in the Sales NBL.
And all of a sudden we've got a 13-point ball game on our hands.
Bensman trying to do something about that. Rebound Timmins. 13 points, 14 rebounds for Sam Timmins. McCulloch driving. He's fouled. Foul on Trey Morning. And Nico McCulloch will shoot 2. Timeout called from the Nelson Giants. And Mike Fitchett maybe just echoing your tone, Phil. A little bit worried about what he's seeing out there. 74-61.
Yeah, the Nuggets are just quietly sneaking back into this game. And for a while there, we'd stopped looking at the scoreboard. And all of a sudden we've got a 13-point ball game. And we all know how quickly things can change in a game of basketball.
So Mike Fitchett wants to talk it over with his Giants.
I feel like potentially the defensive intensity has probably dropped off a little bit from the Giants, which has created quite a few scoring opportunities, particularly in the first half. They did a good job of that. But now the Nuggets just seem to be walking the ball up and getting into their actions. We've seen Sam Timmins get a few catches down low the last few possessions, and he's made a few buckets, so he's starting to feel comfortable about himself. And I'm sure that Coach Marahari is thinking about getting him involved again in the next position out of the timeout.
Formerly the Huskies, they will be in town. Our town, our house. The hangar, the Trafalgar Centre, so tickets can be purchased right now.
Good to see a capacity crowd here at the hangar. First game of the Sal's NBL.
It's a long time without live sport and sport in person. We've been pretty lucky really in NBL land to fall largely in between national restrictions last year. It's McCulloch makes his first. This is his second. Who can come away with that one? Jared West is.
Like a pinball for a second.
Almost a starting lineup out there for the Giants. Benson out there in place of McNaught as Morning. Pulls up from the free throw line. Off the back iron. Rebound by Trathan. Finds himself in almost too much space. His hits the back iron as well.
Two good looks for the Giants. Come up empty.
Real chance for the Nuggets here to put a lot of pressure on the Giants. A couple of quick buckets. Still plenty of time left in this basketball game. Here's Timmins. Doesn't hand it off to McCulloch. Maybe should have, as he's stripped by combination of West and Morning. Trathan can't get the layup, wanted the foul.
Great catch by Beardsley.
Beardsley does have some stubble.
Yeah.
Not enough for that nickname though, I don't think. He's fouled though, Matt Bardsley. Nico McCulloch makes his way to the bench.
Yeah. He's looking a little tired. Give him a quick break. Get him back out there, I'm sure.
So Darcy knocks to inbound.
And the Giants have switched to his own, making it tough for the Nuggets to get the ball in.
Timmins up top. Shrug off. Riley Benson. Ahi out in front. Athletic rebound from Bardsley. Here he is on the baseline. Striding under the hoop and finishing. Matt Bardsley.
And all of a sudden we're at 10 points.
3.5 to go. 10-point game. Morning loses the ball.
Good defensive position there by Sam Timmins. Read the little sidestep that Morning was trying to put on him.
For so long in this game, it looked almost too easy for Morning and the Giants, but you just feel a little bit of tension around the Trafalgar Centre now, Phil Jones.
Yeah, you can definitely feel a bit of tension in the air. And we also see the Giants have just moved on to 14 fouls, so any more fouls on the Giants for the rest of the game, the Nuggets will be going to the resume free throw line. So, you know, they're in a Nuggets have got them in a pretty good position right now, making a little run, trying to get back in the game.
Alex McNaught back into the game for the Giants. Nico McCulloch back after that short break for the Nuggets. Here's Timmins. Backing down Morning. A lot of footwork there, and he banks it in. Sam Timmins.
He steers the bench down as he walks back past the Nuggets bench.
8 points in this one. A ball game here on opening night. West. Step back three. Jared West drains it. A little bit of noise from the Trafalgar Centre crowd.
And you got to like that confidence from West.
Oh, West, great defense as well. And here's Morning. McCulloch on him. The foul, and one. Two big plays from the two Americans, new to the Nelson Giants. Here is Morning. finishing almost miraculously. And we have a timeout by the Nuggets.
Well, 2 big plays from West there. Knocks down a 3 and then comes up with a defensive possession. Tips it off to Trey Morning, who seems to have arms that go on forever. He lays it up to the other end and one and off to the Razim free throw line.
So 79-66, and that tension cut momentarily by those quick back-to-back buckets from the Giants. There's the GIN. Does her work in the middle of the court. Good to see a number 14 Vicona jersey out there as well, worn by the MC tonight.
Long-time Giant. I'm sure he'll be hanging up in the rafters at some time in the near future, I would imagine.
His jersey, you mean?
Well, not him
not
personally.
After a big night or something.
Yeah. Definitely.
He used to live in this building. Don't forget, Mika Vicona spent the season living in the Trafalgar Centre.
Now, ain't that a story?
As Coach Mike Fitchett spent many an hour in this gym as a Giant. 50-time Tall Black as well as Coach Fitchett. Now trying to get a win for his hometown team on opening night of the 2022 South NBL season. Morning can't convert the 3-point play. So it's a 13-point lead, 2.5 minutes to go. Simmons. The foul called on Morning.
And they'll put Timmins on the Razim free throw line.
Short on the first, Timmins.
Let's see how much noise you can make, Nelson. Let's go!
But he makes his second. Here comes Morning, 79-67. West directing traffic for his new team. Deep 3 from Jared West. Down it goes, Jared West, and he loves it too. Joe Ahi finds Nico McCulloch. McCulloch over McNaught. Rebound Morning, number 14. There's McNaught. Oh, Darcy Knox not getting away with that, mate.
Oh, that was a great pass from Morning. Probably even better catch from McNaught and finish at the rim. Ball was dancing on top of the rim there for a moment.
I wasn't entirely sure it was definitely going to go in.
Yeah,
maybe it was.
Just starting to roll in.
Darcy Knox not about to give Alex McNaught and the Trafalgar Centre crowd the satisfaction.
And young Ernie Kerr steps onto the court.
A couple of new faces out there for both teams. Max Pierce as well. Son of former NBL player Nick Pierce out there for the Nuggets. And Ernie Kerr, fresh out of Rotorua Boys High School, out there for the Nelson Giants. Here's Bardsley trying to find a bit of space. Long strides, and it's Jack Andrew, who's impressed in his limited minutes tonight. Gets the ball but can't get the baby hook to go. Bardsley eventually does get the bucket.
Yeah, the Giants just giving up too many offensive rebounds at the moment.
Here's West. Finds McNaught around the Dempster screen. Here's the Giants captain, thought about the shot instead, puts the ball on the floor, takes the contact, and will go to the Razim foul line for 2. Will Sam Dempster. 8.7 rebounds for the Nayland College product. Taking a lot of contact from young Max Pearce.
Which won't worry Sam at all. He doesn't mind a bit of contact.
Head coach of Nelson College basketball team now. Sam Dempster has been for 2 years.
Arch rival of Waimea College.
Which you, of course, are head coach of.
Yeah. And Nayland College, which is coached by Carla Vericchio, who's ex-Nelson Giant, Canterbury Ram.
Under a minute to go. And after an impressive fight back early in the fourth quarter by the Otago Nuggets, the Giants will come away with a win in this one. Block from Corbin Mason, his second of the game. Ernie Kerr with his first stat for the Giants, a rebound. And it will be the Trafalgar Centre crowd who go home happy. I think the thing they'll be most happy about, Phil, is the look they've seen of their new imports tonight. Most prominently, Trey Morning.
Yeah, I think they both had a good start to their NZNBL season. Trey Morning obviously stood out a little bit more than I think Jared West, but Jared has definitely shown out in the last few minutes of this game.
And there he is on cue with a nice left-handed layup. 12 points for West to go with 7 steals.
Yeah, I've liked his defensive intensity, and he's managed to come up with a number of steals.
And that'll do us full-time here at the Nelson Giants. They've got the win over the Otago Nuggets, 88-69 on opening night here at the Trafalgar Centre. Plenty of promising signs, though, from this young Nugget side, with 3 high-level American imports to come next week to complement this young side. They'll slot into a starting lineup, you'd imagine, with the impressive Nico McCulloch and Sam Timmins. McCulloch with 21 tonight, 5 rebounds. Timmins with 18 and 17. Amazingly, that's a relatively quiet night for Sam Timmins. 18 points, 17 rebounds. Star of the show tonight, though, of course, Alonzo Mourning III, 35 points and 14 rebounds on debut for the Giants. We'll hear first from the Nuggets, shortly from Sam Timmins, as we see the Giants. Their team talk on court. And right now we can head over to Phil Jones, who's with Big Sam Timmins.
Okay, Sam Timmins, first game back in the NZNBL. How are you feeling?
Man, I'm pretty tired right now, I'm not going to lie. But especially in the second half for us, we dug ourselves into a big hole, and we kind of looked at each other in the locker room. It's like, right, what do we want to get out of the second half? We played really well, we executed a lot, played some good defense, so a lot of good things to look forward to going into Canterbury on Saturday.
And you've got a lot of young talent in your team, obviously 3 imports to add, so you're looking to obviously impress in the rest of the season?
100%, and imports or no imports, we're still competitive professional athletes, and we want to go out there and get a dub regardless of who's on the court. It'd be great to add those guys, but I think we've still got the talent to get it done on Saturday.
All right, hey, all the best for this season. Good luck. Cheers. And we'll bring Sam Dempster in here, captain of the Giants. Hey, Sam, good win tonight. What are we seeing out there? What did you see that was good?
We had good energy, I think, right from the start. Obviously, Trey's a great pickup for us. Jared was fantastic, leading from the front, and then the boys just did a good job playing with big energy. Obviously, a bit of fright towards the end, but again, great resilience to get through that one.
Nice to play in front of a full crowd here.
Yeah, you can't beat it. At home in Trafalgar Centre, can't beat it. So, yeah, they were really loud tonight. Good energy from them, and we fed off that.
Awesome, mate. Good luck for the rest of the season. Cheers. Thanks, Sam.
Great to hear from the two Sams. 88-69. We'll take a short break. When we get back, we'll wrap it up and look at some stats here on Sky Sport.
Jump back.
That's you, I'm just going to walk.
Just going to do a little bit of stat chat. Stat chat. Wrap it up and say goodbye. Huh? Almost 20 points. Is that alright, man?
Okay, real good.
How long do you reckon we'll just run through those same stats and then wrap it up and say goodbye?
Welcome back to the Trafalgar Centre. Full time here, opening night of the Sal's NBL. 88-69, the Nelson Giants have beaten the Otago Nuggets. But it wasn't without a little bit of tension, a little bit of drama in the fourth quarter there, Phil Jones, as the Nuggets, the young Nugget side without their imports, clawed their way back in, got back in within single digits.
Yeah, I think just talking to Sam Timmins there at the end of the game, he said how tough it was for him coming back in and feeling a little bit, trying to get his legs under him. And I think we noticed that a little bit later in the game where he actually started to feel a bit more comfortable. He hasn't had a lot of game time. If he had been in a different sort of state of mind, different shape, it could have been a tougher game, a much tougher game for the Giants.
They do leave the happier of the two teams though, and more so than number 33 there on debut. Trey Morning with 35 points, 14 rebounds. Let's have a look at the stats, shall we? The tail of the tape from the opening night here on Sky Sport. Alonzo Mourning the third with 35 points. Nico McCulloch 21, and as you were making your way over to the interviews, Phil, a set of Sam Timmins on a quiet night really for Sam Timmins. He still had 18 points and 17 rebounds.
Yeah, and if you told me that he had 18 points before I saw the stats, I probably wouldn't have believed you. He definitely did that quietly and under the radar, and that's the type of player he is. Even though he's not playing at his full percentage, he's still giving plenty to the team. Super impressed with McCulloch.
Yeah, absolutely. Once you inject those three Americans into that bench, and we see there Sam Timmins with his 17 rebounds, Morning with his 14, Josh Aitchison and Jack Andrew, who impressed in limited minutes with 6. Timmins as well, dishing the ball, as was Morning, and a lot of assists spread across the Giants roster there.
Yeah, and I think that's, I guess, a sign of the freedom that they share the basketball with, and both imports that have come into the Giants team are, looking to share the ball as well, which, makes for a happy team because everyone wants to shoot the basketball, right?
We spoke about the Nuggets averaging those 3 blocks per game last year. Timmins had his 3, Matty Barsley with 1. And 7 steals for Jared West, who in the shadows a little bit tonight due to his import partner. But look at those steals from the Giants. 7 and 5 from Sam Dempster as well. They had 18 steals on the night.
Yeah, and I think, the steals probably kept them in the game, I believe, because if you looked at the rebound count, I'm not 100% sure what they were team against team, but I feel like the Nuggets would have had the edge on the rebound score.
Well, they certainly did, 52-38.
Right, so the steals are keeping the Giants in the game.
23 turnovers for the Nuggets and just 13 for the Giants. So certainly the happier of the two teams as we look ahead what's coming up, still to come in round 1 of the Sal's NBL. The Southland Sharks welcome the reigning champs, the Wellington Saints, tomorrow night to Invercargill. Mojave King, the draw card there for the Sharks, as well as Romaro Gill, 7'2", Romaro Gill, taking on the team that let him go halfway through the season last year. The Saints, unfortunately for them, find themselves in a similar position to the Nuggets, short on talent early in the season as they wait for their returning Kiwi players from the Australian NBL, Tom Vodanovich, and who we wish the best of luck in the playoffs, of course, for the Sydney Kings. Dane Samuel yet to return, as well as Jordan Nartai expected next week, as well as their import. So it'll be a very young Wellington Saints side taking on the Southland Sharks. On Saturday, 2 games. First at 5:30, the Canterbury Rams taking on this Nugget side, who will wind their way home down the South Island. And then the debut the inaugural game for the Auckland Tuatara. Switching codes from baseball to basketball as they take on a Taranaki Air side, which has got impetus injected to him both on and off the court. On the court with Richie Roger and Big Ty Wynyard, and off the court with none bigger than Para Cameron, who's joined the coaching staff there in the front office there. So wonderful night here at the Trafalgar Centre to tip off the 2022 season. From myself, Hugh Bain and Phil Jones, we wish you the very best of nights, and we'll do it all again tomorrow from the Shark Tank.